Okay.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, so now is my turn to be the main center of attraction. I deserve it. Anyway, okay, so today we are going to be reviewing the iTazte MVP version 1.
Dun dun dun.
Alright, so, as we've been saying for the past few videos, we got it from
The Vapor Spot.
The Vapor Spot
Located at Westwood and Pico.
in Los Angeles. Okay, so without further ado, let's just dive straight into this. So, I've had this product for about a year now, and, hold on, sorry, camera angle is annoying the hell out of me.
Where was we going to put the intro?
I already did.
We had to figure out a good place.
Alright, so this is the iTazte MVP, version 1. I have had it for about a year now. So I've found the original packaging, surprisingly, I didn't know I still had it. And when I bought this, it was about $65 at the Vapor Spot. And this kit comes with the iTazte MVP V2 without this skin on it. It's black, it's not purple. Skin is from J-Wraps. It comes with papers. The iTazte MVP version 2 comes with the iClear 30B now or something like that. There's so many iClear 30s now, iClear 30B, B1. The cool thing about the iTazte MVP is you can charge other things with it. You can plug into the iTazte in the bottom, and not only can you charge it, but you can also, there's a switch right here for the output to be on or off, in which you can charge different products, such as your iPhone 4, 4S, 3, 3GS, whatever.
Anything USB.
A mini USB and a micro USB. So that's really cool.
For your Droid users, you can actually charge your phone.
Yeah, you can actually charge it. iPhone 5, sorry, tough shit. Okay, so this is the iTazte. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up the iClear 30, and we will be right back. Alright, hey guys, we're back. So I just filled up my tank, the iClear 30 original, with some Clapton. It's a flavor from original flavor from Vapor Spot. Sorry. So we will be doing reviews on these later on.
Named after Clapton.
Named after Eric Clapton. Anyway, so this is the device setup. It has the iClear 30, which has a swivel top. It's not a drip tip, so you will not be able to use drip tips on this tank. Although I think the new iClear 30Bs do have a drip tip, so you will be able to. I'm not sure though. Don't quote me on that. So yeah, so the instruction manual is obviously in Chinglish, so it won't really help you that much. There's really not much to it. It's a top feeder tank with a with wicks going down, so which means that once the juice gets a bit low, you may get a few dry hits, which just means you would have to tilt it over just to get the juice to the top where the atomizer is. So this is a variable voltage device, which right now it's at 4 volts, and it also has a puff counter. So right now I am at, where am I? 670, obviously it's backwards, but 673 puffs.
376.
Alright, so you click any of the 2 buttons and it comes up with the puff counter, and then you have to wait for the voltage to come up, and then you press up or down to change it. So the new iTazte MVP V2 is a variable voltage and variable wattage, and from the videos I've seen is a lot more intricate regarding controls, because you have to hold it down for a few amount of seconds in order to get to voltage or wattage, whatever that is, and then you have to change it. So this is a lot simpler, but if you're into variable wattage, I suggest getting the V2. So, without further ado, I'm going to take a few hits of this, and you will talk about it.
Alright, so the battery itself, tank aside, the battery itself by far, hands down, the best battery of any e-cig I've seen. Price for it is great. It's depending upon where you go. I've seen it anywhere range from $65 to $75, and that's not counting tax. Vapor Spot, where he bought it, was about $65, and you're getting your money's worth. It lasts about what, like 3 days without a charge?
Yeah. So the other good thing about this battery is a 2600 milliamp battery, which is bigger than most. So the battery is not removable, but the battery does last me, somebody who vapes all day, every day. It lasts me about 2.5 days, which is the longest battery life I've ever seen from a product.
And another great thing is, of course, you can. I just find the fact that you can use it to charge other devices such a great useful tool. I mean, it takes away the idea of getting one of those battery packs for your phones. Vaping itself for that battery is great. Depending on tank you use, of course, vaping is going to be a little bit different. For the iClear that he's using, as you can see, he's vaping off of it, and how's the flavor?
The flavor's really good. I mean, the only issue with this tank is it's made out of plastic. Actually, there's more issues than one with that. One is if you tighten the threads too far down, it can break the threading on the plastic, which means that you would get bubbles and your tank would start leaking, which basically makes it not usable unless you get another plastic tank for it. But the other thing is, it is top fed, as I said before, so you'd have to tilt it. But the flavor is amazing. It's one of the best flavors I've ever gotten from a tank. The pull is very tight, too tight for me, but some people like that. It's up to them, really. And
of course, being the novice that I am with vaping and just e-cigs in general, of course, I'm going to have to say that I think that the swivel head, of course, is a great idea.
I mean, it is. You don't have to be. You can be advanced and like it.
And at any angle, it's great. The juice that he's using, Clapton, also, I should talk about that. That is a great flavor. I love it, and I use it whenever I can. I mean, what type of flavor do you get from it? I get a few things.
Well, I mean, we'll be reviewing it later, but just to give you a bit of a preview for it, it's a very it's like caramel banana chocolate thing. I don't actually remember what the flavor actually is described as, but that's what I get off of it. I remember reviewing Swagger, and this is the closest flavor to it. Of course, there's nothing like Swagger, but this is the closest flavor to it. One of the things that I forgot to mention is, if you see this turns on, this turns green, that means you're at, your battery level is fine. If it turns yellow, that means it's below 20% or at 20%, and once it turns red, it means you're 5% or lower, which means you should charge it. But yeah, I mean, you press it 3 times to turn it off, blinks 3 times, you press it 3 times to turn it on, it gives you a bit of a light show.
And another thing to note, that he has the tank on there with a collar, just to cover up, it wouldn't look nice without the collar on.
And the collar does come with the kit as well.
Yeah. Overall, for the battery itself, I would give it an A. Just A as in 10 out of 10 for the battery.
Exactly.
It's perfect. I mean, it's not too bulky. I mean, you have Access battery packs for phones, and those can be bulky, or the case itself. This is not too bulky. It's not too long. I'd say it's about, like a little bit over 2 inches in length.
It doesn't weigh you down at all. Yeah. I mean, and honestly, for the price, it's definitely better. Like, this EVOD battery, there's honestly nothing wrong with it. It's not variable voltage. That's where this thing comes in handy. Yeah. Plus, the battery on this is insane. And I don't know how much the iTazte VV cost, which is like their, Ego-style battery. I don't know how much that one costs. I think it's around $30-$40. But this is definitely the one that you should get.
The best.
Just because, not because it's bad or anything, but the battery and the and just how much. It's not a lot bigger, but that's one of the benefits. And mainly for the battery life, it's definitely better to get this. It's definitely worth the money.
I'm also going to add one thing to put things into perspective. You can buy a Mophie battery from Amazon that charge your phone, any iPhone, Apple device, or any type of phone you have, for about $60, $70 new. That you can buy for about the same price with the function to vape on. So
exactly.
I mean, it makes sense even for people that don't vape. It doesn't fucking matter to them. But overall, it is just a great battery, and that's what we're reviewing it for. And what would you give the tank?
Well, the tank I would give a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm there.
The only reason why is because it's a top feeder, and I don't like top feeder tanks because you have to tilt it. But the atomizers are fine. They're average. They don't work necessarily amazingly. They give off good flavor, but they don't last that long. They last about the same amount of time as a Kangaroo atomizer, which is about 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And they're consistent. Like, unlike the Kangaroo ones, is these don't, you know, some of them aren't bad. I mean, at least from the ones that I've gotten, they're all really good. And, like, there's none that are, you know, defective or anything. Like, they all work out perfectly. So yeah, regarding that, I mean, I would give that a 7 out of 10. The draw is a bit light, is too tight for me. That's the main reason, but that's personal. I'm not factoring that into it. The battery, I would give a solid 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
There's honestly nothing wrong with it. And if you want a device that's going to last you a long time, that is very durable, and that's going to do exactly what you want without spending, you know, a lot of money on mods like my eVic, which is actually not that much more. It's $120, which is, you know, relatively. I mean, it's relatively more expensive. This is the best.
It's
it's the best for what you're getting. I mean,
my next device for a battery is going to be that, solely because it is the best that I've ever used, longest battery life, and it's multi-purpose. For me, I'd give the battery, like I've said, 10 out of 10. Tank, I'd probably give about a 7 out of 10 for the same reasons. And what about the juice itself? Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give the juice a grade right now.
But do you like it?
Yeah, of course I do. I mean, we're gonna be reviewing a bunch of them once we get a few more in. But as of now, yeah. And actually, in this, there is a bit of Clapton as well as another flavor from Virgin Vapors, organic Kona Velvet Milkshake, which is another amazing flavor. Anyway,
my God.
We'll get into that later. Yeah. But if you enjoyed this video, subscribe,
comment,
leave a like. We want to know feedback from you, letting us know what types of devices you want us to review.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, like we said earlier, I don't remember, shoot us an email or a message on YouTube. Shoot us an email at lemonvapes@gmail.com, which is, if you want even more clarification, it's just our username with @gmail.com at the end of it. So
yeah, if there are any companies that want us to review their products, we are happy to do so. Email us at the same thing, lemonvapes@gmail.com. We are happy to review your products, your juices, whatever you want us to do. And let's get in touch.
We are Lemon Vapes, and this device has just been citrus.